I'm
screaming at my dogs as we start the broadcast. Sorry, guys.
Everybody said, I know. Ella is like, what? What are you doing? What is it?
Sit down. Sit down.
Dogs.
She's breathing on me. Hello, everybody. Hello.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
We got to talk about how great the economy is going in just a second.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
But first, quick reminder about the great folks at healthycell.com/chicks. These are the people. If you are still a person who is trying to swallow down a giant capsule or tablet or pill as your multivitamin every morning, why are you putting yourself through that? Why would you do that? There is absolutely no reason. And the reason that is a terrible idea, by the way, is because you don't even absorb all the good nutrients that you need out of a pill or a capsule or a tablet. But with Healthy Cell, which come in these little gel packs, you just rip off this top, squirt it right in your mouth, and swallow down the jelly goodness that is a packet of Healthy Cell. And they don't just have multivitamins. They've got stuff special for your immune system, like the Immune Super Boost. They've got stuff to help you sleep, which is amazing. So all of their products super absorb into your body. They give you what your body is craving. It's so good for you. So good, in fact, that Dr. Peter McCullough, huge fan. He also takes Healthy Cell. So we highly recommend it. You can get more information about it and 20% off your first order when you go to healthycell.com/chicks.
Okay, I got to ask something. First of all, you need to go to our website, chicksonright.com, because that is the place where all good things come, and that is chick stuff. So you go there, bookmark it, love it, live it, all the good things. Everybody's asking, or there's a lot of people saying that I sound weird. I don't
really.
Do I sound weird? I feel like I sound pretty good today.
Because you're doing.
I have a good mic.
A new mic.
It's a new mic. Good. I feel like it sounds better. It should sound better, you guys, because it's a new mic. It's a fantastic mic.
It's like state of the art.
It's like it has all these fancy lights on it and things. So I feel like somebody's saying I sound muffled. Really?
No, really. Oh, no, like it's in a vacuum?
Really?
Geez. Like there's an echo. Okay, well, we're going to have to work on that after the show today. We can't fix it right now.
My big black ball doesn't sound. I can't believe you can't hear that, Mock, when we get on.
I mean, to me, it just sounds like it sounds different, but like, I mean, it doesn't sound bad. So I don't know. I don't
have a cold. I don't. Yeah, this is bad because it's like a brand new mic. I spent like an hour last night working on this, so this is not okay. Okay, all right. Well, we're gonna work on that. Thank you for the feedback. We'll adjust. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Sherry Fox, for that super sticker. Appreciate it. Did want to quickly remind everybody, too, you guys, we're getting so close now to our meet and greet to Camp Tono, which is happening in Florida on September 10th. We're getting very, very excited about it. Plans are in full swing. All the details are starting to come together, and we're working very hard at it. But if you have not yet gotten your Camp Tono t-shirt, don't forget about our good friends at GratefulAmericanApparel.com, because they are selling the official Chicks on the Right meet and greet t-shirt, but they also have really cool other patriotic t-shirts that you can get. And all of the proceeds go to help veterans causes, first responders causes. It's such a good thing that you do anytime that you make a purchase from GratefulAmericanApparel.com. So please think about doing that if you haven't already. Okay, we know about the sound, okay? We're going to move past that now. We can't do anything about it right now. So everybody can quit commenting about the sound. We're aware. And we will get that taken care of. But we got to get on to the matters of the day. And so if you missed Joe Biden's presser yesterday, you guys, he just lies. I mean, I know we should be used to that by now, considering this is like decades and decades of lying about his schooling, of him plagiarizing, of him just lying through his teeth all the time. But it doesn't get more ridiculous than it got yesterday. Watch.
Actually, I just want to say a number. 0. Today, we received news that our economy had 0% inflation in the month of July. 0%.
Oh, my God.
That is a lie.
Yeah,
it's a lie.
He never met any of his son's business associates either. He never did. He just didn't. This guy's a full crap.
People that are defending him, and listen, I will give him the benefit of the doubt for a half second, because I know that the where the zero number comes from is that there was a 0% increase from June to July. Okay. And that's fine. He could have just said that, but to come out and say that clearly that the July had 0% inflation is not just a lie. It's freaking irresponsible and crazy, because everybody feels inflation. Like, you don't get to say people, there's no inflation, it's not happening, when everybody clearly feels it. Inflation year over year, which is the correct measurement of it for July, from July of last year, 8.5%. That is huge and significant. We all feel it, and his lies don't help anyone. I was blown away that he said that out loud. Blown away.
Well, I wonder if they get in a room, right, and they say, okay, because I mean, listen, they control the messaging, right? I mean, and they tell all of their little minions, if we just say it, maybe these idiots will believe it, because there are idiots out there who will take this and they'll run with it. And they want so badly for him to have a win, because, there've been a lot of, people have been saying he's had wins this week. And so because he's had a couple wins this week, that his approval rating maybe will go up like 1%. And that's a good thing. And then maybe he should run again in 2024. Oh my God, it's going to be so great. And so this is the thing, like they are just grasping. They're just grasping at things. And people, there are maybe like a handful of people out there that will think that this is a great thing. If he just says it, it'll be true. This is the same thing as them, redefining crap. It's the whole, but there are stupid people, Mox, a lot of stupid people out there who will, just grasp onto this, right?
Right. Oh, there are. And the people that are, it's just like I said, the people that are trying to defend this are saying, well, it's true. It's true, because there was 0% increase from June to July. It doesn't matter. That's not what he said. If he would have said that, no one could argue it. No one could argue it. But it doesn't change the fact that we are still all suffering from a hot inflation rate that has only barely trickled down in 1 month's time. It doesn't signify that there's a huge downward trend. And it certainly doesn't mean that we're at 0% inflation, which is what he said. And to your point, it is messaging, because watch what Kamala also said yesterday.
We learned that last month our economy had 0% inflation.
Oh my God.
In July, we saw a drop in gas prices and a range of other goods like clothing and airfares and household appliances, which means more money in the pockets of working families.
God.
Combined with the fact that our nation created more than 500,000 jobs last month.
No, they didn't. No.
It is clear that our nation is making progress.
No.
That's the spin.
Yeah. And they're going to keep spinning it. And then they'll tell all their little, their little minions, the people that love them so much, all the little Democrat, talking heads, this is what you need to start saying to people, and just take it and run with it. Keep saying
and they
it.
are.
And then people,
oh my God.
Yeah.
They so are. In fact, it went to the late night talk shows, because this is Colbert. This is Colbert, who has literally gone completely off the rails. Like, he's always been crazy, but now the fact that he buys into this nonsense hook, line, and sinker, even with the caveat at the end, he's still carrying their water. Look at this
vehicle he wakes up in, and it's not just bad news for our ex-president. There's also good news for our current president, because today the Labor Department reported that inflation dropped to 0.
Oh my God.
Inflation.
Look at the people cheering.
Up for the year, but flat from June to July, and not.
So up for the year, he says, just as an aside,
right?
But flat from June to July. I mean,
yeah.
I just don't know how they can look at this as good news.
Isn't Colbert an insurrectionist, or is that?
Apparently there were some staffers,
right.
yes, but they all got off without a warrant, just a slap on the wrist.
That's right, because that Democrat privilege, right? That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the problem with all of this, of course, is that when the spin gets created this way, when the messaging gets created this way, then Biden actually believes it. Like he's told what to say, obviously, by his handlers, but then it's like he starts to believe that he is the cause of anything good. And so, we've seen video recently of him from back in March of last year saying, listen, if my policies don't work, then, and we see inflation not being transitory, then I know I've got to change my policies, right? Well, now he's looking at this like this.
First, the economic plan is working. And second is building an economy that will reward work. Wages are up this month, provide opportunity, help the middle class, and still have work to do, but we're on track.
They're on track. It's working, you guys. Everything he's doing is working.
Oh my God, this is a freaking nightmare. It's just such a nightmare. Oh God. And like I said, there's so many people out there that think that they are on the right track. And like all of the spending is what makes it work. Spend. Yeah, just keep spending. And then hire 87,000 IRS agents, because that's going to help.
That's probably going to get passed today or tomorrow.
Oh my God.
I mean, I know. It's bad, you guys.
Give me anxiety.
It should.
It does.
It should. Jennifer's story, thank you very much. Patrick McKenna, thank you very much for those super stickers. Really appreciate it. By the way, even though Joe Biden and Jill are constantly going off to their beach house in Delaware, now he and Jill and Hunter, his wife, and their kid got on Air Force One to go to Kiawah Island for a week. They are now doing another week-long vacation together in my future home state, which I do not appreciate.
Well, I mean, it is a lovely place to go, but shouldn't shouldn't Hunter be getting raided by the FBI?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think that he should be the one? Yeah, but no, again, with the Democrat privilege, again.
Yeah. And we definitely have to get into the judge that signed off on that raid warrant. We got to get into that in just a minute. But first, quick reminder, you guys, 65% off of the most popular package at genucel.com/chicks. This is the skincare, you guys, that we just told you about last week or earlier this week. I can't remember now. I think last week, that our friend Morgan, Facebook insider extraordinaire, she finally bit the bullet and she got herself some Genucel, and now she is raving, and she has decided that the XV cream, the XV stands for extra velvety, which I just love. And I think Genucel should totally use that if they're not already, because that's how you would describe, and this comes in the most popular package. It's their anti-wrinkle moisturizer, which feels like butter. Like it feels like butter that somehow instantly absorbs, but also feels like fluffy and soft and not greasy at all. Freaking amazing. She's a fan. We're fans. 65% off plus an extra 10% off when you use code CHICKS at the checkout. genucel.com/chicks.
And don't forget to check out our deep dive this week, you guys. We talked to Dr. Sean and from Jace Medical. You can get your Jace case. Just check it out. It's a fantastic deep dive. Anybody who preps for anything, even if you're not a prepper, you really need to listen to this deep dive. And then check out everything about it. Check out Jace Medical. Check him out. Check everything that we talked about out. It's just a really informative and fantastic deep dive this week. So I highly recommend it.
Super eye-opening. Thank you, Amy Lockman, and thank you, Shannon, very much for the super stickers. Appreciate that. So let's talk about this raid a little bit more, because Jesse Waters was absolutely losing his mind last night about the judge. A lot of people are going crazy about this particular judge, not just because they signed the warrant, but because this judge is so openly partisan on his own social media platforms. Look at this.
Details on the crooked judge who signed off on the raid at Trump's house. The primetime team did a little digging, and it turns out Judge Bruce Reinhardt, not only a corrupt left-winger, but he also hates Donald Trump as much as a liberal librarian. In 2017, he wrote this, quote, "John Lewis the conscience of America, Donald Trump doesn't have the moral stature to kiss John Lewis's feet. And then he added, at long last, you left no sense of decency. To the judge who gave the go-ahead to ransack the president's house as an Obama donor with Trump derangement syndrome.
Surprise!
And he has so little integrity, he just puts this all out there on Facebook. So the FBI judge shopped for this.
I mean, it's just...
Yeah. Who's shocked? Who's shocked? Raise your hand. I mean, honestly. Is anybody shocked by this?
It's just... every time you think it can't get more ridiculous, it does.
It gets
it's
ridiculous.
Just nuts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kilmeade was talking about this as well. And he has a different sort of way of making fun of people. And so I thought it was funny the way that he did this. Watch.
The Justice Department raided the home of Joe Biden's former and possible future opponent, Donald Trump. We've now learned the judge who signed off on the raid's an interesting character. His name is Bruce Reinhardt. He wrote anti-Trump rants on Facebook. Why not? He clearly should have recused himself, right? He shared posts from a leftist account called Woke Folks. Here's a photo from the judge's Facebook. Look at that. He is there drinking whiskey with an entire pack of Oreos. Imagine what his aorta looks like.
He also shared a post about, kids and their white privilege. It was a video. And it was, did you see that? It was a video where it was like, take 2 steps forward if you, did X, and it was all about white privilege and like shaming kids for being white. I mean, this guy's a piece of work, you guys. And again, he shares the most ridiculous stuff on his social media. And it just shows you insight into who this human being is. Mm-hmm. And of course, this is the guy that did it. Of course, he's just like this woke liberal jerk off. And and you're looking at this going, who's surprised? Who is surprised by this? They had to handpick who was going to do this. Oh, we'll pick this guy. And it's like, surprise. I mean, unbelievable. It just gets better and better and better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
God.
And apparently the same judge has many connections and in fact defended a lot of Jeffrey Epstein's staff. And so people are like, well, but that doesn't mean he was Epstein's lawyer. Oh, so he just happened to actually be the lawyer for all of Jeff Epstein's staff, but there's no connection there. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Right.
Oh
he seems like a real stand-up guy. Yeah, defending the people who knew that there was trafficking going on. Yeah, okay. All right. He seems a really great, moral, upstanding guy. Gross. Yeah.
Also, this is like nothing to do with anything, but Nancy Pelosi, now she's of course back from her visit to Taiwan. And so she had a presser yesterday and was asked a very interesting question because apparently she decided that she was going to take a family member with her on her Asian trip, and she took her son. And so she got a very interesting question from one of the reporters yesterday, and her demeanor, you guys, watch this.
There are some reports that your son was on this trip with you.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. His role was to be my escort. Usually we invited spouses. Not all could come, but I had him come, and I was very proud that he was there, and I'm thrilled, and it was nice for me.
Did he have any business dealings?
No, he did not. Of course he did not.
Oh, of course he did. What was that?
I don't know.
What's that? Nancy. Like, it's a totally different Nancy. She's all like, so bizarre.
Right.
Yeah,
and then
like
the way that she was like, of course not. Well, the next question should have been, why of course not? Because apparently that's common practice for the president. Why would we not assume the same for you?
Yeah.
But no one's going to ask that.
And so then why would he go? And he does have, I mean, really, if you listen to news reports, he does have business over there. He does have business dealings. Yeah, he has business dealings over there. So you're kind of a liar. You're a liar.
Shocker.
Yeah, and if he didn't have business over there, then you think that they would be arm in arm doing some stuff, taking pictures, doing grip and grins, and she would be happy to show him off. She'd be like, this is my son, because that's what I would do. If it were my daughter and she were there personally, I would be like, well, come here, honey. You know, it's like, take a picture with mom. And this is it would be a personal thing. And I'd be like, I'd be delighted to have her with me taking pictures. Why didn't she do that? Why was it so hush hush and weird? You know?
I don't know.
Why was she so defensive? What's so defensive and weird, Nancy?
She was so weird because she was like, I mean, that was the strangest Nancy Pelosi version ever.
Yeah.
So bizarre. So we need to remind people that this past weekend, you attended a Beto O'Rourke town hall in a nearby city. And you captured some video. There's some of it on our Chicks on the Right TikTok. You can check out some video that she posted from that. And you were very well behaved. You did wear your t-shirt that said, "Don't California my Texas," which was good. Yep. And he apparently looked at you a lot.
He did. Yep.
Because he's probably hot for you, honestly.
Don't think so. I don't even know, is the guy straight? I don't know. Like we stared at each other the whole time. I can't tell. But we stared at each other. I mean, we did look at each other and make eye contact a lot. I mean, I was basically the only conservative in the room. A lot of people made eye contact with me the whole time. But I mean, he's just such a phony, you guys. Everybody there was so smitten with him. And I was just disgusted by that. Because it's like, he's like that guy in high school that is trying to pull the wool over your eyes. And you're just like, I'm on to you, dude. I don't want to go to prom with you. You know what I mean? Like, gross. He's that guy. And I'm grossed out by so many people who are just enamored with him because he's so full of crap. Yeah. It's just icky. Yeah.
Well, he made, quite a number of rounds, or he is making all the rounds, obviously trying to become governor in your state. And so even that same day, I don't remember what city he was in, but there was another city that he went to, and then video of it afterwards where people just basically drove him out, like where they were, holding up Trump flags and they were basically heckling him on his way out of that particular town hall. And so I was hoping that yours would have been a little more raucous, but we now have some video of a more raucous event. I don't know what city this took place in Texas, but yesterday Beto was talking about AR-15s. He hates the AR-15s. He's wanting to basically take them. He says that they're military weapons. And so he was going on this tear about AR-15s. And there was a heckler in the crowd who said, "Ha!" like that when he, and you'll hear it. But the reason my name is what it is today is because of Beto's response to that heckler. All I can tell you guys is hide your kids, hide your wives.
I'm going to make sure that
I don't know why there's
now
no
11 weeks since we lost 19 kids and their 2 teachers shot to death with a weapon originally designed for use in combat, legally purchased by an 18-year-old. Who did not try to obtain one when he was 16 or 17, but followed the law that's on the books, ladies and gentlemen, that says that you can buy not one, you can buy 2 or more if you want to, AR-15s, hundreds of rounds of ammunition, and take that weapon that was originally designed for use on the battlefields in Vietnam to penetrate an enemy soldier's helmet at 500 feet and knock him down dead, up against kids at 5 feet. It may be funny to you, motherfucker, but it's not funny to me, okay?
Yeah, he the speech leading up to it, he said the same stuff at the rally that I was at. I mean, he basically has like a canned speech that he goes in and he does, right? Yeah. Wow, that's nice that I bet he said that in front of children too.
Oh yeah, for sure. And the crowd loved it. I mean, you can hear them absolutely erupt in cheering. They absolutely loved it. So that's who wants to be the governor of Texas, you guys. That clown right there.
And I will tell you,
stuff he said is nonsense.
And listen, when he ran against Ted Cruz, it was close. It was way too close. So, everybody that is in here, he's an idiot. He's a total idiot. The guy is an idiot. And he's also a phony. He's a complete phony. Right. I'm not buying anything that guy is selling. I saw him. I was 7 feet away from him. He's a complete phony. Okay. But the problem is that people are snowed by him. And it was way too close when he ran against Ted Cruz. It terrifies me because Texas is purple right now. It's not completely red. And so people, you know, when they shared that video going around of, oh, they ran him out of the, it was like Rockdale or something. They ran him out. I can't remember. Yeah. But anyways, they ran him out of there, whatever. And that's Texas. A lot of conservative sites are sharing that. And I'm like, kind of freaks me out because everybody thinks that it's just like a sure thing that, you know, that he could run against like Abbott and beat, and Abbott can beat him. It's not a sure thing, you guys, because so many people on the right side are complacent, or they think it's a sure thing. It's not a sure thing. People are crazy these days, and there are a lot of Democrats living in Texas. They have literally invaded the state. Believe me, I drive on the roads here, and I see like California plates, Washington plates. I mean, I see they are here and they are voting, and it freaks me out. So
yeah, that goes back to your point yesterday about making sure to vote, even if you're feeling like the system is rigged or whatever. You have to be overwhelming. You have to come out in overwhelming numbers. That's the way to win.
Right.
So okay, so now for the final video before we get to your sack of whack, there was this video, a news report about a 9-year-old trans kid, a 9-year-old, and they did this feature piece on him, I don't even know. And then the mom is sitting next to the child in the TV interview, mouthing along the words that are coming out of this kid's face like it is 100% rehearsed, and so despicable on the part of the mother that this is the kind of information she's planting into her child to tell the news. It's almost like you can't even believe it when you watch it, but you're going to see that it's absolutely happening. Watch.
9-year-old Kieran Clawson collects crystals. She dabbles in face paint, and she loves sports. What do you play?
I did play volleyball, soccer, and I want to play basketball.
To Kieran, who's transgender, it's not about racking up victories.
I don't want to win any trophies for it, though. I feel like that's the most unfair way to compete because it's not about winning.
What's it about?
Oh my God.
Having fun with your friends for it, though. I feel like that's the most unfair way to compete because it's not about winning.
Kieran seems undeterred with a message now about her journey.
Never stop being you. That's it.
Never stop being you.
There's so many kids that don't even have the opportunity to express who they really are. We are acknowledging more people as who they are than taking something away from somebody else.
Just disgusting.
Yeah.
Just
what is it?
Sick.
What is it that we said it was Transhausen by proxy? Is that what that is? That's what that is. Oh my God is right. God, that is, I mean, that's child abuse.
It's just so vile. I mean, I just could not believe that she was that blatant about it. You know what I mean? Like, that's just.
And they got it on camera.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, for all intents and purposes, that's a left-wing media outlet. And I can't believe that they did that. I can't believe that they actually filmed them. You think that they would have been like, well, crap, let's not play that, you know?
Yeah.
They did.
I would love for a reporter to have said, why are you mouthing the word? Have you guys rehearsed this? Like, why not call her out in the moment? Because I would have been like, this looks sketch as hell. You know what I mean? It needs to be called out. Oh my God.
Craziness. God. Liberalism is a mental disorder. That is for sure. Okay, so whack. Are we?
Yes.
What could be whacker than that, right? Okay, so Kenya had an election. They had an election on the 9th. They're still apparently, as of 7 hours ago, they're still trying to figure out the outcome of that election. I looked.
Do they have mail-in voting?
I don't know. It's probably as crazy as ours, right? But it's for their president. So there's this one guy that's running, and this is the whack part of it is that there's this one guy that's running. His name is George Wajakoya. Okay, and I sent it to you, and that's his picture. And he was really far behind the two front runners, but he has this thing called the Ganja Tribe, and he's gained attention of a bunch of young voters and everything. He's well behind the polls, but the reason that he's gained a bunch of attention is that he's running on like ganja and hyena testicles, because he wants to make his platform is basically pot and hyena testicles. And one of the things that I thought was really interesting in this article is that he wants to be able to establish a medical cannabis industry and export animal parts to China because, and I didn't know this, you guys, but in China, hyena testicles are considered a delicacy. Did you know that?
To eat? So this is like to eat them?
Yeah, hyena balls. Hyena balls are considered a delicacy in China. Did you guys know that? Did you know that?
Okay, but like who?
So good.
Who was the first person who was like, you know what we should try?
Let's eat a hyena ball. Looks good. Let's eat it. Let's just rip that sucker right off and just pop it in our mouth. So good.
Why?
With a nice Chianti. With a nice Chianti. Right. So that just makes me look. Listen, I wasn't a big fan of China before, but now I'm looking at China going, see, I mean, it's bad enough you guys eat dogs, but you eat but hyena testicles? What? So anyway, it's like through the Kenya election, I've learned yet another fact about China that I don't like. I don't like it. God. It's whack. So there you go. There's a nice little tidbit. You guys can use that at a cocktail party this weekend. You're welcome. Hyena balls.
Cindy Patton, thank you very much. Connie Brennan, thank you very much for the super sticker. Oh, Connie says, ladies watching live for the first time in a while, never miss your morning show, even if it's later in the day. Keep up the good fight, balls.
Sorry, my sound sucks. Like the one time that you're watching us, I have no idea what's going on with my sound. I'll figure it out by tomorrow, you guys. Sorry about that.
No worries
balls.
at all. Okay, it's time for some My Pillow talks. I've got some interesting ones for you today. One in particular about feminism, which I think you guys are really going to like. But I wanted to remind everybody that they are brought to you by mypillow.com/chicks. Get your cheap ass sheets, you guys. They are on such mega sale right now. $39.98 for a set of queen sheets that are the percale that is so luxurious and glorious to sleep on. mypillow.com/chicks. Okay, you're going to love this because first of all, she has an Australian accent. Who doesn't love an Australian accent, I ask you?
True.
And she used to be a raging feminist. So she wants to talk about what changed her. And I love the history lesson that she gives to all of us about what feminism has really meant over the past few decades. Watch.
Feminism is a scam. A few years ago, I was an angry, blue-haired feminist. I once believed that male privilege was real and that I was a victim of the wage gap. Now that I understand the true motives of feminism, I know that this could not be further from the truth, and that modern-day feminism is a war on true masculinity. Before women had the right to vote, most were stay-at-home wives, which meant they weren't working jobs and couldn't be taxed. Our overlords didn't like that. Rockefeller started funding feminist campaigns in media, and as a consequence of the movement, women started entering the workforce and leaving the home. Children would then be separated from their parents and sent to Rockefeller-funded schools to be indoctrinated by the state. All of this ultimately disrupting the family unit at its core. Feminism is defined as the belief in social, economic, and political equality of the sexes. But in the West, I must ask, what rights do men have that women don't? Modern feminists are convincing women that hookup culture, using hormonal birth control, and not shaving is liberation. That toxic masculinity is prevalent and the patriarchy must be dismantled. Through movies and media, we're taught that working for the man, climbing the corporate ladder, and paying tax is more empowering and valuable than raising the next generation. Women have lost touch with our natural loving instincts, and birth rates are plummeting. Men and women are not the same. And by protesting for equality of outcome rather than opportunity, feminists are demonizing and emasculating men. Feminism.
Interesting stuff. That's Shannon Michaela, if you want to look her up.
It's very, very interesting stuff. Yeah, and she's kind of right.
Yeah, I mean, it's just interesting the Rockefeller connection to all of that, right? And we're obviously working women. We're not suggesting that women should be just barefoot and pregnant in a kitchen somewhere, but the methods behind the madness, behind the movement, is really eye-opening, I think.
Yeah, it's interesting how it always goes back to money, right?
Yeah,
it always goes back to them wanting your freaking money. All these movements. Money.
Yep. So yesterday we showed the video of Joe Biden shaking Chuck Schumer's hand and then immediately, and I'm talking immediately, forgetting that he shook Chuck Schumer's hand. So Elsa, who does a lot of Kamala imitations on Twitter, she's a follower of ours. We follow her back. She did one of her great videos about this. Watch.
All right, sir, Chuck is going to shake your hand first because you're the president, okay? And then you just stand there and wait. Very simple. Okay, sir, he shook your hand already. Put your hand down.
Now our great...
Put your... Okay. All right.
That's got to be what it's like. You know what I mean? To
I
be one
know,
of the people
totally.
in his ear.
Right. Oh my God. His staff is probably just like, oh my God, old man, stop.
I know. All right. Do you guys want to get a little teary-eyed for a second? Like in the good way, like the weepy glee kind of way? You want,
as long as you like
goodness?
put something goofy right after it so we can all
I will.
recover
I have
from
goofy
the...
too.
Okay. Okay.
So the caption, in case it's too small for folks to read on the video that you're about to see, it reads as follows. He has been begging for a dog since he was 3 years old.
Oh, what is this? Oh my goodness. Is this like a...
It's cool, right? It's Stranger Things, right? That's what you like?
Yes.
Cool.
My daughter loves that. Yep.
What is that?
These are dog food.
Oh, are you serious? They're dog toys?
Are these dog toys?
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, but I guess you need a dog. Happy birthday.
Oh
my
God.
gosh. I'm gonna cry.
It's okay.
I can't. You're going to make me cry.
Go say hello. It's your dog.
What kind of dog is it?
It's just like a fluffy little bunch
Happy
of
birthday,
fluff.
buddy.
I can't deal. Oh my God.
Oh
my God. I can't.
I just totally lost it last night when I was watching that. I was like, I gotta share that one. It's so sweet. I mean, his reaction is so precious. Oh my God.
Oh God.
Okay. This next, and I've got a couple for you today because it's just, and we're a little early on time, so we're okay. This is a kid who I love that he made this video. So he's made a video of a conversation that he's having with his mom because he's about to turn 18. And so now that he's going to be an adult, he wants to lay down some rules for her. So he's acting out this conversation with his mama.
Mama, are you approachable? Go ahead. As you know, I'll be turning 18 next week, and there will be some changes in this house. My curfew is no longer 10 p.m. It's 2 a.m. I will no longer be responsible for your other two sons when you're not here. I am grown and responsible for myself. I will no longer ask you to go places. I will just be telling you. If you have an issue with me, you can no longer put your hands on me because it then will be considered assault. Is that all? Yep. Well, that's we'll be making some changes. Since you will be an adult, you are now responsible for getting yourself to and from school. I don't give rides to adults. Also, I cook for children, not adults. You'll need to get a job. I'll need rent money and light bill money. As for your curfew, you will not be able to gain access to my home after 10 p.m. Me and my children will be sleeping. Where you went is where you will stay. As for me putting my hands on you, as an adult, I will now throw hands with you. And because I am a petty mother, I'll call the cops after and tell them a grown-ass man just put his hands on me. Sounds good? We have a deal?
Oh my God, I love it. That was fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, his mama taught him well.
Mm-hmm. And I love that he's the one that made that. He's like, this is what that would look like.
Yep. Love it.
All right, you wanted silliness. This is silly. This is pranks. This is the meanest prank ever, but I died. Watch.
Excuse me, bro. What's your name?
Oh, my name's Ruth, bro.
It's him. Take the shot.
Wait, what do you mean?
Take the shot. Quick, get him.
Oh my God.
Excuse me, bro. What's your name?
Louis.
It's him. Take the shot.
What the? No.
Take the shot, quick.
God, that is so mean. That is so mean.
I died at that. Oh my God. That was so great. Okay,
So
two
mean.
more. Two more, and then that's it. So the caption on this one says, I drove 6 hours to surprise my friend, and this was her reaction.
I drove 6 hours to surprise my friend, and this was her reaction.
Oh my gosh.
I drove 6 hours to surprise my
She was just like getting up to move out of the way, and her husband's like, hello.
Hello.
I love that. Okay, last one is, of course, dogs.
Yeah, police are certainly cracking down. Neighbors who live here are fed up with the noise. They're tired of hearing this. Yeah, police are.
You gotta have Screaming Huskies.
Oh my God, that's my favorite. I think it's my favorite one of the day, the Screaming Huskies. We got to end with Screaming Huskies, you guys. Okay, today's Thursday, right? Yeah, it's Thursday.
It is. It is indeed.
I'm really glad. I'm glad that it's Thursday. You guys got big plans today? Everybody got big plans? Big Thursday? Okay. I mean, listen, everybody should have big plans because there's 0% inflation today. So we all should be celebrating. I'm going to go buy
yourself
crap.
some stuff. That's right.
Woo! Yeah. Everybody, bring it in. Bring it in, everybody. It's going to be a big day, big Thursday for everybody with 0% inflation. Astrid's really excited about it. Everybody have a fantastic, I know Astrid wants to say hello today. She's like, screw cash, I'm saying hello. Everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.